I am making a graphic novel with metal and going to try not to fuck it up. Today's page is page 1 of 2 of the spread in which Silverbell transforms. It's fun taking these small storyboards into the larger format. We made a little bit of coffee, and then had some outside time, then just went immediately into laying out the page. Now, even with all the iterations from the small format into the larger format, I still end up changing quite a bit in the final product of most of these pages. We're working on page 4, and essentially Silverbell, her bell and her soul come in contact with a really beautiful vein of what is essentially going to be that. It'll be silver on the page. In my mind's eye, this has always been sort of the corpse of a fresh fallen star, or a remnant of a star. And the page doesn't necessarily convey that. So while I have these storyboards, and they do tell me exactly what to do, we're just going to kind of throw them out, because I have a hopefully more fun idea. I think that changing the composition of those 3 panels will also be able to enhance visually what's happening, but also storytelling wise, get it down a little bit tighter. Now, in terms of altering the composition of the piece, each of these panels originally moved right to left. Silverbell was sort of drifting on the right side of the panel into the left side of the frame. I wanted to minimize her, make her as small as possible, and then move her from left to right. In that first and second panel, she will be moving left to right, and then in that final third panel, it isn't that she's changing direction, it's simply that our perspective has changed. The idea with this panel is to show that as her soul comes in contact with sort of the corpse of this star, the star also reaches back out to her. So after she sees her reflection in the initial deposit of ore, the ore deposit or whatever you want to say, it begins to accept her, and rather than rejecting it like the past whenever her body gets torn to shreds, these are sort of a welcome, gentle, almost like falling into a pond. I want chrome ripples, which means I have to illustrate all of this metal, and I'm super excited about it. I'm also very concerned that it's not going to look good or I'm going to mess it up, but we're just going to kind of commit to it and see what happens. In my original vision in those first rounds of storyboards, you can kind of clearly see that it is her soul that reaches out to touch the material, but frankly, I want to draw significantly more, and this idea of empathetic symbiosis accentuates her story. Hi.
You feel like you're losing yourself?
I feel like I'm losing myself to the bells. In a good way. I'm really enjoying it, even when it starts getting stupid and frustrating.
And now you're a few days into it, too.
Yeah, I think maybe because the original idea was to do a full page a day. I had to stop because I have other shit to do. Once we get up to 2 pages a day, I don't know that it's going to be... It's going to be rough.
Just waiting for you to go off.
It's going to be exhausting.
Mm-hmm. It also looks like the silver point is also very fun.
Yeah, it's emotive in a different way. I think because I prefer drawing with pencil as opposed to ink. Mm-hmm. I hate inking Bellringer for that. I hate inking, and Taylor can talk about it. I complain constantly about black and white ink, which is why Bellringer Book 2 will start moving into graphite. It's way more fun and expressive. I feel more eloquent in pencil. I can actually communicate what I want to say. And this is closer to that, which I didn't expect. I thought it would feel more like ink because of how permanent it is, but it's not.
It's a more ethereal version of that.
Ethereal's perfect. I'm gonna get a drink of water.
Taylor got Mira a new car seat.
Wanna go in there? Oh, she seems to like it.
Aww.
Going to get water turned into going to get a milkshake, which turned into getting an ice cream cone. My back has been killing me, so Taylor drew me a bath and tea.
That's so sick.
Thank you. You're so sweet. I was really having fun just playing with the metallics on this.
It's so cute.
Her little body. She's coming back. I'm probably gonna come downstairs soon. I think I need to get a glass of water or something.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how long I've been up here. This feels great though. God, this is freaking intense and I love it. We're gonna watch Gilmore Girls and eat breakfast. Do you wanna come out today?
History, though. Well.
You think Kirk and Lorelai would have worked out?
We ate breakfast, watched some Gilmore Girls, and then I prepared some ground for the preceding day's boards. I was a tad intimidated to begin this page, but eventually you just have to dive in. I won't lie, I actually enjoyed painting this strata so much that I'm beginning to think about further storyboards, how much of this texture that I can mix into the remainder of the book. I think it could add some really nice variance with the really watery, cloudy skies.
It's coming together pretty well.
As someone who primarily works in black and white and is most comfortable in line work, it will never cease to amaze me just how quickly colors can blend together to create such a nice image. I wouldn't even say that blending is the right word there, but sometimes it is. You throw something down, you mix it together, you add something else on top of it, you continue, until eventually, much like this strata itself, everything begins to take shape and take form over time, stroke by stroke. So things are about to really pick up over here. Silverbell's about to become a daily endeavor, meaning every single day I'll be pumping out at least one of these pages on top of finishing book 2. It's kind of exciting. Next week we'll be addressing the biggest elephant in the room, which is storyboards. That is, creating the remainder of the story, which will fill out the remaining 105 pages, 115 pages of this graphic novel. I'll be exploring a lot of my creative process for the first time outside of my diary. For instance, why start drawing, why start painting before the story is finished, and answering those sorts of questions.
Ooh, like that. Look at me.
There will be a tremendous amount of hiking in the future. The harder that I work, typically the more that I need to be outside, whether it's hanging out with the dog or Tay and I heading out before breakfast. As I mentioned prior, the third week of Silverbell is when things kick into full gear. These last few days have really been about testing the aesthetics of the book. What techniques do I want to use? What colors would I like to put forward? What way do I hold the stylus? What way do I hold the brush? And what feels natural as opposed to what is challenging? This bottom panel is also the only page, possibly the only panel in the entire book, I believe, in which the silver point and the watercolor will be blended together. Because of the nebula cosmic energy, I really wanted to have something a little bit more saturated and a tad more artificial. So I grabbed these opaque watercolors I had lying around. Still need some touch-ups and some stars, but here you go, the base colors. I'm really excited to draw the next page as it has a ton of silver on it.
I know this.
The album sold 100,000 had a hit in a long time.
Yeah.
The tour is the high, but
And now, finally, I get to draw her head to toe. I'm also itching to draw these panels.
This is great about your relationship, but
I let you down.
I was going to narrate over the last clip, but I couldn't really skip out on the Gilmore Girls song. Look at all the texture on these boards. Look, it's Taylor! I have anticipated this page in particular since the beginning of the book because it was in those original storyboards. There's a lot of stretched, warped, liquefied metal, very challenging, in a way that I believe is fitting for the beginning of this project. This is also a chance for me to move the bell around in space and get a handle on the different perspectives drawing her head. Mira woke up from her nap because of the soup. She smelled this for hours, was very hungry. You could feel and see the weather change, so we went for a quick walk. And God, do I love autumn.
Fucking needles undersized you.
She loves me, needs me.
Emboldening these lines, one, I get to draw kind of over the character 100 times, and I feel like I'm getting extra practice drawing over her. Two, it lets me record a lot of footage because I have to just keep drawing and drawing and drawing. And three, it makes things look crisp whenever you zoom out, so I think the scans, like the photos are going to look really good. Mm-hmm. But also, because it's 1,000 lines layered on top of each other, it's really feathery and pretty. We ran out into the rain as not to waste the storm. The dog's food and our food.
And also I'm telling the plumbers that there's no water pressure in rooms 10, 12, and 15.
I'm making you some oatmeal.
I don't like oatmeal.
You gotta eat something healthy. Complete day